All right. It's 5 o'clock on this Friday evening, June 14th, 2019. Time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Friday evening, June 14th, 2019. Good evening, everybody. Peter Wiggins. It is 5 o'clock, and we have a temperature of 73 degrees in Norton, Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Friday is Germany's oil tanker owner disagrees with U.S. military at a mine caused blast near Iran. Landslide post sparking. These juniors saw clip that is unstoppable. Biden burning the face off on the same stage of the first round of the Democratic debates. Trump pressed another spot. McGann's testimony to Miller. George, you're being a low wise guy. Swing state Biden nominates Trump's re-election in trouble. President Maryland in prison, not a felon, California court said. Rhode Island State Police executed a search warrant at Twin River Casino in Lincoln, Rhode Island. Alligator with knife sticking out his head, spotted swimming in the lake near Houston, Texas. Biden hits Trump on foreign dirt comments, dead wrong. After a 4-year-old took a doll from the store. Video shows Phoenix police pulling a gun on the parents. Jared Kushner and Ivana Trump made at least $28 million last year. Julian Assange's U.S. extradition hearing is set for February. Perfectly preserved 32,000-year-old Ice Age wolf's head found in Russia. What is causing protests in Hong Kong? They fled Venezuela's pressed by a boat that vanished. Beyond the Providence budget battle, Bear election 2022 East Side versus the rest of the city. These ship companies can grow desperate macro headwinds such as a trade war, says analysts. Experts say watch these. Tesla's delivered 1,000 cars a day en route to record quarter. Business conditions are the worst level since the 2008 financial crisis, says Morgan Stanley. Stocks today are down 17.6 to 26.08, down 6.1 at SP 5, down 4.66 to 28.6.98 at Nasdaq, down 40.47 to 77.96.66. Star Trek roughly insignia found in Mars. Cassini reveals new scopes in Saturn rings. Will operate 2019. WHO says not yet a global emergency. New York bans religious exemption for vaccines amid measles outbreak. And what's so bad about processed foods? Like to solve clues. Okay, looking at the news from the wires. Christian groups are banded together in Newsville to oppose the sale of the 3 buildings to a Jewish group that they say is trying to take over. Some U.S. tourists have down the buildings at Jamaica Resort since January. Extinction Rebellion again brings London traffic to a standstill. Former Vice President Joe Biden, 2016 Democratic candidate Bernie Sanders will go head-to-head to the second round first round. About the party set fighting to hold it a draw. Kim Kardashian has provided programs for ex-prisoners. China has African swine fever epidemic drives down American milk prices. Cybersecurity report hackers targeting U.S. power grid. House Democrats questioned the use of facial recognition technology report Friday, said in a letter to the Department of Homeland Security expressed concern about the practice of U.S. citizens. For the second time in just over a month, several U.S. airlines are increasing fares for the busy summer travel season. Republican Indiana Congresswoman Susan Brooks, who chairs the National Republican Congressional Committee recruitment efforts, said Friday she's leaving the House after the term expires in early 2021. Taunton baseball looks to make history in South Battle when the Taunton Heights baseball team lost to Franklin in late April. There was no doubts about the possibility of not making the postseason this spring. Born after the random chase this factory resident Somerset. Also claims Taunton police broke law by selling. Let's skip that. Suspicious activity leads to 2 drug arrests in Brockton. It's been nearly 6 years since policy changed the major revision of flood maps. Panama coast resident being forced down there, told by the cost of insurance premiums. Says that homeowners have at varying degrees of luck when it comes to making the best of an expensive situation. Quincy grads told to believe in the future. Peter Chill, news time is 5:05. Top it off for Sports Buster. Red Sox taking on Baltimore Orioles in the first of the 3-game series at 70 yards. Game time is 11 o'clock. Just Rose ties open market, Petalby to 65. Pat Bowen, influential owner of the Denver Broncos, tied at 75. Cops pursue case against Raptor Press. Team says it's cooperating in. Peter Chill news time 5:05. Top it off for Peter Chill traffic and transit check. On the MBTA Red Line services operate at reduced speeds near JFK. UMass as crews make repairs. Please affect the district 12 time additional 3 rail service expandable in the mornings and the afternoons. Coming on the rail. Fitchburg trade 493, 359. Bond is operated 35 minutes basket between Waltham and Wilson due to mechanical issue. And Fishburne line train 494 at 15 p.m. from Wilton is now expected to depart Littleton 15-25 minutes basket due to labor out via Bond train. Today, all Old Colony trains will be making an extra stops to help transport. Red Line customer is affected by Tuesday's derailment and additional speed. Restriction in an incident areas extended trip times, and thank you for your patience during this time. Expert Career Rail service about stop station 3 p.m., 4:30 p.m., 6 p.m., 7:20 p.m. to accommodate Red Line passenger to the train station derailment and trains will stop at JFK, UMass, Quincy Center, and Braintree. And now, looking at the traffic situation. Negative on the southbound side, so between Pawtucket Providence. Negative northbound side, so between Yorktown and downtown Providence. 195 westbound side, so between St. Constance and downtown Providence. 146 southbound side, between 1595 and downtown Providence. 146 northbound background. Sales run to Smithfield Round. 99 northbound side, so 122 in Woonsocket. 295 northbound side, so the Crescent Stretch. 295 southbound Little Store, Route 6 in Johnson. Minot Bridge on the southbound side, Little Slow, Jamestown, Newport, and Second Bridges out. Looking good. And 138 westbound side, Little Store, Route 1 in North Kingstown, Banana. Out of the gate, Route 134 eastbound side, Little Store, Route 6 eastbound, Little Store, 134 in South Dennis. Route 3 to southbound side, Little Store, Starborough area towards the Starborough Bridge. Ward Bridge to the southbound side, Little Store, Ward Bridge to the northbound side, Little Slow around. Route 28 northbound, 25, both ends back around. Route 6 in Bourne. Out in southeastern Massachusetts, 495 to the southbound side, so Route 16 in Milford all the way down to Route 95 in Mansfield and Hip in between 138 all the way down to Route 44 in the Rain and Middleburg stretch. And the Chris Young concert tonight at the Xfinity Center in Mansfield at 7 o'clock. So expect some traffic delays around that area. 95 in the southbound side, so between 128 and Kenton all the way on the Route 152 in North Attleboro. 95 at the northbound side, Little Store, 45 in Mansfield and Hip before 128 in Kenton. 95 stops slow between 128 and Kenton all the way down to 495 in Mansfield. 24 southbound side, so between 128 and Kenton and down to Route 140 in Taunton. And Route 3 to the southbound side, so between Braintree all the way down to Plymouth. 128 at the northbound side, so between the Braintree split all the way down to 24 in Canton and 44. 128 at the southbound side, so between Route 2 and Lexington all the way down to Route 24 in Canton. Service Expressway, both ends about the Braintree split all the way down to Mass Pike. Day 3 both to the outside, both to the backstop end. Mass Pike, westbound side, slope tree, the Austin Brad tolls all the way down to Auburn. Mass Pike, eastbound side, Little Store, Auburn, and hit the basket in the man. Natick and hit the basket with the Austin Brad tolls right. Service Express to the outside Boston. Mass Pike, westbound side, the lower border outside Boston. 93 both to the outside Boston, the Summit Scale tells us. Like a good Route 1 northbound side, Little Store, the Tober Bridge. 93 both ends back street, some people that take bridge to the outside Boston. 83 northbound, so to the Boston all the way up Bethune. 495 at the southbound side, it is slow and large all the way down to Westford. 485 at the northbound side, so between Bolton and out of Chelmsford. 485 at the southbound side through the Bolton and out of Arbor. 485 at the northbound side between Hudson and Haverhill. 3 on the northbound side, so between Burlington all the way up to Chelmsford. 93 at the northbound side, so between Boston down to Andover. And 120 at the northbound side, so between Burlington and Route 1 and Linfield PBD stretch. And 29 westbound side between Shrewsbury down in Worcester. Western Massachusetts. 91 southbound, also 291 in Springfield, 291 in southbound side, so Springfield stretch. 91 southbound side between 291 and 84 in Hartford, Connecticut. 84 both ends back around the Hartford area, and in 84 eastbound, so Waterbury stretch 84 westbound side between Waterbury down to Denver, Connecticut. 84 eastbound side, Little Store and Denver and Newtown, Connecticut. 91 both ends back between Glassbury and Hartford, Connecticut. Merritt Parkway westbound switch between New Haven and down to Milford, 95. Merritt Parkway eastbound switch between Greenwich down to West Haven, and 95 northbound side switch between Greenwich and Brentford, and 95 at the southbound side switch North Brentford down to New Haven, Connecticut. 95 on northbound side also on the old line and the east line at 395 both in background. The north stretching up in northern New England, 93 on the northbound side, also between Wyndham and Manchester, New Hampshire. Everett back northbound side to the Merrimack, New Hampshire. 93 northbound side, also between Hooksett, New Hampshire, up in the Concord, New Hampshire, and up in Maine. The main track at the northbound side, also on 295 at Port Maine and 295 at northbound side over the Portland stretch, and 295 at the southbound side to the Portland stretch. 89 northbound side, also Woodstock, Vermont, and 86879, 91 on the southbound side, also on U.S. Greenwood, upstate in Vermont, and Arwood 59 on the northbound side, so Quebec towards Montreal. Peter Cello News Side, 510 Diamond Apple weather report, and it turned out to be a mixed bag. It turned out sunny the next, then cloudy the next. And we're seeing some light, spotty rain showers around Orange, Massachusetts, and some rain showers in Southern Maine, and then on north of the Portland, Maine area. So it's going to go like this. Most of Casper, Gretman includes Cal about 54 degrees, west right 5 to 7 miles an hour. For Saturday, south about 80 degrees, light southwest wind, increase at 8 to 30 miles in the morning. Winds gust size 26 miles an hour. Saturday, 8 chit shots way after 3 a.m. Mostly Casper about 62 degrees, the southwest part 6 to 10 miles an hour, gust size 20 miles an hour. Church with 30% for Sunday at chit shots, most Casper about 76 degrees, and southwest part 7 miles an hour. Church with 50% for Sunday night, and shots likely before 11 p.m. Then shots likely supposed to be a thunderstorm between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. and then check the shots and thunderstorms up to 3 and mostly clouds about 62 degrees. Southwest about 5 miles coming in the evening, just pitch to 6%. Monday, check the shots, mostly clouds about 79 coming in, just pitch 30% for Monday night. Shots likely before 8 p.m. Then shots likely supposed to be a thunderstorm between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. Then shots likely after 2 a.m. Mostly clouds are 63 degrees. The light south wind, just pitch to 6% for Tuesday at check the shots, mostly clouds about 77 about 59 degrees. Calm wind, just pitch to 35% for Wednesday at check the shots, on the most clouds about 76 about 38 degrees. And London Rebel wind, just for 30%. For Thursday, jet shots, parts of the most cuts, but 37 about 37 degrees. A lot in Rebel wind, just for 30%. For Friday, jet shots, most cuts, but 32 degrees. Right now, Norton and it's overcast at 73 degrees. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Friday, June 14, 2019. Viewers, hope you have a good evening and goodbye day to the now. See you at 11 o'clock for Atlanta Airport. Hope you have a good evening.